Welcome back. In today's video, I want to speak about the over-obsession around ACOS and how that's costing you a lot of profit. My name is Iani. I'm a seven-figure e-commerce seller. I've sold on all the platforms. I have been in e-com for some time now. And I also have a full-service Amazon agency called E-commerceville, the city of e-commerce, where we do everything from listing creation to ads, design work, everything that has to do with Amazon. We are involved in that. We are your in-house marketing team in so few words. In today's video, I want to talk about the over-obsession that the industry has with ACOS and how that's costing you a lot of profit. Now let's get into it. What is ACOS? ACOS is advertising cost of sales. ACOS tells you your ad cost in percentage. For example, if you spend £1,000 in ads and you've generated £1,000 in ad sales, that's 10% ACOS, which is generally a great result. The issue with ACOS is that it only tells you one thing, and that is advertising sales. It doesn't keep a track of organic sales. It doesn't keep a track of anything else other than advertising sales. And the difference between Amazon and other platforms is that Amazon has a big organic part. The way it works on Amazon is the more you sell, the more sales you will get. It's a momentum game. And the more advertising sales you get, usually the more organic sales you get as well. Many times, and this is a perfect example, is your ACOS can be 50% and your TACOS, total advertising cost of sale, which means the profit on your ads, can be 10%. So you might be thinking, oh wow, I'm unprofitable on advertising, but overall your account is profitable. So you need to be very careful of just looking at ACOS. When looking at metrics on Amazon, you need to look at the holistic metrics, not just advertising conversion rate, but also organic conversion rate. There's so many metrics you should watch, so you need to be careful not to overuse one like ACOS. I've had debates with brands in the past and friends that I know that say, oh, my ACOS is super low, it's 10%. And that is great, yes. But when I see your market share, when I look at your keywords, how you're performing against competitors, you're losing market share because it's not difficult to have a low ACOS. What is difficult is to grow with the low ACOS and TACOS. That is difficult. But for me, if I'm a brand, I'm thinking of bottom line profit. I'm not just thinking about advertising sales and advertising costs. I'm thinking of overall profit, which TACOS is a much better metric when we're talking about overall profit. And also, there's different strategies that you need to be using with different times. When you're starting the product that doesn't have any credibility and any momentum, you need to push harder. So that is going to be more expensive. When your product is more established, you can optimize more and kind of, because you already have those organic sales, make more profit. And also it depends heavily on what type of product it is. Supplements have higher cost per click than other categories. Every category has different cost per clicks and also different margin. So that's why you need to be very careful with ACOS and taking just ACOS. Organic sales are such a big part that I cannot emphasize that enough. Track ACOS, that's a good metric, but also track TACOS, ROAS, conversion rate, impression, click-through rate. Track all these metrics that are super important and keep it simple. You don't want to track 20,000 metrics. You want to track only the metrics that really matter to you. And at the end of the day, if you're not making profit, you need to understand why. Because many times with e-commerce and business in general, you might not be making profit at the beginning, but you need to understand why you're not doing it. Are you really scaling aggressively and trying to get that market share? And because your product has a big lifetime value of a customer and it's a recurring item that people are buying, you know that in the first couple of months you want to get traction and then it's going to be more profitable. Okay, that's a strategy. But if you're going blind of, oh, I'm just want to spend as much as possible, and if it's profit or no profit, doesn't make any difference. No, you need to have a strategy of where and how you want to get to. That's why for clients we work with, we always ask them, what is your goal? What is your strategy? Because growing sales is not difficult. Growing sales is not the difficult part. It's growing sales profitably, consistently, that's more difficult. Because anyone can grow your sales if they put a lot of money in advertising, but how they grow those sales and at what cost they grow those sales is a very important part. So be careful with ACOS. Be careful with just following one metric, because we can do the same principle of TACOS, which TACOS is a great metric, total advertising cost of sales. But if you're just tracking that, that's not enough either, because you can have 10% TACOS, but your market share is low. There's always a fine line of having TACOS and ACOS super low and not growing in sales and market share, or having them too high and now you're losing money and you're struggling to really be profitable and have positive cash flow. So I hope you liked this video. A lot more to come. Stay tuned.